Hey everyone, welcome to the video. In this video, we're gonna see how to set up high converting Facebook ads for mortgage professionals, and we are going to go into basic campaign structure where we'll see how to create a lead form campaign for loan officers. Now there are two type of ad sets. First is broad ad set, and second is detail ad set. We only gonna discuss about detail ad set here, which includes specific targeting options, and we'll manually do that. Now, let's get into the practical setup here. So, if you have set up your ad account and created your Facebook Business Manager, this is the dashboard you'll see. Now, this is where you'll handle, all your daily tasks, which is creating campaigns, managing KPIs like the number of leads, cost per lead, and reach. And here you can analyze all the stats related to your campaigns. Now, let's start with setting up your first campaign, and then, we can definitely touch on advanced topics like ad management and scaling if the campaign achieves a lower cost per lead. So, on the dashboard, you'll see a green button here labeled as create. Now, click on this to start creating your campaign. Then you will see leads option here in the objective. Now select leads, then click on continue. We'll go with manual leads campaign and click on continue. Now you'll notice three levels to your campaign. First is campaign, second is ad set, and then is ad. And the campaign is the main structure of your objective, such as generating new leads. Now give it a unique name such as Texas VA leads if you are running VA loan in Texas area. So, yeah, this is especially helpful when you are running multiple campaigns. Now, if you are running ads as a real estate agent or mortgage loan officer, you'll need to select a special ad category due to Facebook policies. So, we'll go with credit and housing, but generally it works pretty well with housing only. So, we'll select housing here. Yeah. So, now select your country here. We'll go with United States. Okay. Now the buying type will be set as option, although Facebook offers an option called lead cap, which means that you can assign over here that how much do you want to, as a cost per lead, and Facebook will not over exceed that cost per lead. Now we are going to keep things simpler just to make sure, we are getting most out of it in the first video itself, which ensures cost per lead limits. This is not always available, but for now, just stick with option. So, yeah. Now the advantage campaign budget is optional. I usually go with this like when you have, multiple different ads and multiple different ad sets, but right now you can just leave it at it is. Okay. Now let's move to the ad set level. This is where, we'll do audience. Okay, so now let's move to the ad set level. This is where you're gonna, do audience targeting and select specific placements here. This is something really interesting because this is where you're gonna make the changes in your audience and targeting. Let's just keep this name here. Now, for lead generation, select instant forms because this keeps users on Facebook instead of directing them to a landing page, which often results in a lower cost per lead. And that's how the instant form works. So whenever somebody clicks on the ad, like they just see a quick form and they can, just fill out the form right away. Now select your Facebook page here. I have already selected my page. Okay. And set a daily budget here. So now you can see on rupees right now, but we can change this in dollars. And I would say definitely having at least $15 per day is good, and we recommend this to get optimal results. Now let's focus on audience targeting. So here you can see audience targeting. We'll start with selecting locations here. So I have already selected, like if you're targeting in Austin, Texas, I've already selected here. But let's say if you want to select your location, we can select whole state here, Dallas, if we want to select here, and we can also just radius around that. So let's say if we want to target as like 25 kilometer, around that. We can do that, right? Okay. Okay. So when targeting by age or gender, just keep in that mind. Facebook policies for housing and credit and employment ads restrict adjustments here. It will remain as 18 to 65 plus, and also for gender. So now this is the part that is more interesting right now. So in detailed targeting here, you can add it. This is where you're gonna put different kinds of interest behaviors or demographics of your target audience. So if you are focusing on the loans, so let's just type like loans here. Yeah, you can select this. You can also add mortgage. Now you can add FHA or VA. Okay, we can add Zillow. Okay, here we can also add companies like Zillow, real estate. Okay, so here you can see like estimated daily results and leads, but this is variable. So this we can adjust after running ads for like 1 or 2 week. So that's a good way to use this, right? And you can use different things as well. Try to use a mix of 7 to 8 interest, and we can just experiment around with different audiences here. Now with languages, select English here, and like if your audience in that region speaks a language other than English, like Spanish, you can also specify this in the language settings. So yeah, okay. Now for the placements here, like next is placement, which means that where you want to show your ads. Here avoid using advantage plus placements, right? It can waste your budget and instead go with manual placements here. So yeah, just select on Facebook, and if you have Instagram account connected here, yeah. So that's great if you don't have, but you can select Facebook and Instagram only. In feeds, you want to remove like Instagram Explore Home and Facebook Marketplace. We don't want to run there. We want to keep this on stories and reels. That's good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, now so this is where you're gonna create your first ad copy and all the things that people see on their ad. So let's just rename this as ad one. Now you can see like we can select Facebook page here. Now if you can also select Instagram account if you have any, but we'll usually will go with Facebook page here. For the ad setup, we'll go with single image or video. You can also edit this like you can use carousel here, but we'll go with single image. For the ad creative, we can edit this, and we have a couple of photos that we can use. S- Select next, click on done. Okay. Okay, now the primary text is where, what people read above the campaign creative. Like we have couple of lines here that we can use. Okay, so here we directly speak to the target audience for like military family and first time home buyer. Now, if you want a ready-made ad copy, join our free Facebook group and we'll share our winning ad copies with you for your first Facebook ad campaign, to get better results for you. Now we can also add, headline here, something like VA homes for veterans programs. So here you can see this will look like this. Okay. Now we can also add some description over here. We can use something like specialized loan options for veterans and first time first time buyers. Okay. So this is simple, but you can, add some emoji or better fonts. But I would suggest just keep this, as simple as possible because what we have found is that simple ad copies work really well. Now, I would say just, for the call to action, you can select to learn more here because, people don't like to just commit to the offer and it feels like less pushy than, compared to download or sign up. And here we'll give them the opportunity to explore the options. So yeah, that's your ad, right? So we can go to review and we can see how the ad will look like at preview section. Yeah, this is how that would look like for you, right? Okay, so once the ad is created, let's move to the next part, which is, setting up a quick form. So when people click on your ad, they'll be directed to a quick form. So this is where, okay, so once the ad is created, let's move to the next part, which is, setting up a quick form. So when people click on your ad, they'll be directed to a quick form. And this is where, you'll collect their information. Now you can click on create form and continue and just, choose more volume intent here. Now for the introduction, you could, upload a background image relevant to your offer. It can be a free ebook or webinar and add a greeting here like add something like get pre-approved for your dream, right? You could also, include bullet points here, such as, you can select list. You can add something like save more money, get qualified. Yeah, but you could also remove this, right? But I would say just, use greetings because it makes it more personalized and the conversion is much better with this, right? Now, for the questions, you need to qualify your people, by asking questions here. Now, you can add custom questions depending on your filters. So, what I would suggest is just to use multiple choice because people don't want to fill up long questions and they don't type because people are lazy. So, for that case, we'll add multiple type questions here. So, yeah, and you can ask something like, how soon are you looking to borrow, right? And you could add something like 1 to 2 months, 3 to 4 months, something like this. Now, let's add another question here. So you could ask something like, how much are you looking to borrow? Now, it can be something like, 50 to 100K, 100 to 200K, but I'm just gonna add X and Y here. Okay. We could also ask something like, are you working with real estate agent, right? And we can add yes or no here. Now the thing over here is that you're gonna ask something unique, something which triggers them and instills a kind of interest as well. So just ask a few questions which are something apart from loan questions. So when they have given you all the answers from the first thing, which is a kind of, pre-screening question, then you can, ask them pre-filled questions, something like, and you could add something like enter your details over here, and you could ask their email, their full name, their phone number, and if you are operating in, multiple states, then you could also ask their state as well, right? Press continue. Now in this privacy policy you could add link to your website privacy policy, so it can be something like this, and you could write something privacy section over here. Okay, now click on next. Now this is what the lead will see at the end. Now you could add a CT over here as a headline, like want to learn more, right? And you could add a description like book your free call with us below, right? And now you want to use, and we can just select over here like this, click below. Maybe you could add a landing page link, then you can just something like this, right? Now you can send your leads to a landing page to a, to get them highly qualified, and where they can book the appointments with you as well, right? Like this is, you can say, as upsell thing to just set more appointments with those incoming Facebook leads, and just give them a call to action, like book of free call, right, at the end of the step. So yeah, here you can publish this form, and that's all. Here you have created this form, and you could use this form as well, right? Now this form will now collect leads for your campaign, and you have made your first Facebook ad campaign for yourself, right? Now you can create multiple ad copies under a single ad set. Like having 3 to 4 ad copies allows you to test different creatives and identify the winning ad copy. This way you can allocate your budget to your best performing ad copy, right? So you could duplicate these copies to 3, and yeah, you have now 4 ad copies here. Now you could edit 3 ads at once, and you could, if you would like to edit them one at a time, you could do that, like edit each ad, right? So that's it from the campaign. Now once you have set up your campaign, we'll do the campaign testing here. We'll run the campaign for 1 week to evaluate performance, and a good performing campaign should generate at least 2 to 7 leads per day, right? And after finding winning campaign, we'll duplicate the lead form campaign and convert it into a conversion campaign, and we'll change the campaign objective from lead form to conversion, right? And we could also use a landing page instead of a lead form. It will improve your lead quality, right? Now, once we have found the winning campaign, obviously we'll scale the campaign from there. And after running the conversion campaign for 1 month, we'll scale it by increasing the budget from $15 to $50 and $100 a day. Now, a well-optimized campaign can generate like 10 to 17 leads per day, right? Now, this is the summary for you, right? The process starts with the lead form campaign, to test and gather data. And once a winning campaign is identified, it's duplicated and converted into a conversion campaign. All the settings remain consistent between lead form and conversion campaigns, except for the objective and the use of landing page, right? All right, so this was a kind of in-depth thing I want to share with you guys. So if you like the video, drop a like or a comment. You guys can also drop some topics with me, and I'll try to cover those in the next videos as well. Until then, have a great one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.